repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hey there, people. It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie. Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead comedy radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first.
Telling all your friends the party never ends. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show. telling all your friends. The party never ends. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I ran the intro a few times. Tactical
We had more
stuff.
important things to do.
The show is not Coffee with the Dog. I don't know why I keep saying that on the YouTube feed. My apologies. Hi, everybody. It's a Knock 'em Dead comedy show right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast with that guy and this guy and some other guys.
You'll see them in a bit.
Yeah, they're on their way. So it's going to be a fun show. Thanks for joining us. You see the graphic right above Andy's head. Please share the link to the show on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Governor's Comedy Club podcast.
This is proof I'm not dyslexic, but I am a fucking idiot because I can never. I'm always like,
I'm always the same way.
here."
Like, look over there. Oh, over here.
Of course, down there is
Down there,
I'm dead.
And over there. No, see, I did it again. Over there is the phone number. If anybody feels like calling in. Well, almost anybody feels like calling in. We have, what the?
I can't even. There it is.
There you go.
I'm gonna make them up. They can't refuse.
Actually, well, you got to go like this. Make it look, see, because it's spinning. You got to go like that. Make it look like you're spinning it. Oh, the other way. Yeah, that's it. Phew. Or I'll take this even further. This is better.
Oh wait, I'm not.
The blood is rushing to your head. All right, now. Whoosh. There we go. We're kids.
I'm trying to like perfect this.
You're getting it. Yeah, you're pretty much there.
This is oddly satisfying.
Starting to believe it yourself. Hi, everybody. It's the Knock 'em Dead comedy show. We are not Coffee with the Dog. Andy's here. I'm here. We have Mike O'Sullivan coming in. Greg Pfeiffer is joining us, and Stephen Roberts.
I am the dread Stephen Roberts.
Is that how he talks?
No, but
Oh.
that's Andre the Giant doing the dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. I am the dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Now I can call him. I'll call him Mr. Roberts. I'm gonna wash that man right. Isn't that song from that show?
That is from South Pacific.
Oh, you're right. Yes, they both took place on boats.
I hate how I know that.
Oh, I used to watch those shows with my mother all the time. Vicky,
did.
Simple Pleasures for Simple Minds. You got that right. So hi, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Mike O'Sullivan, Stephen Roberts, Greg Pfeiffer on their way. All right. I see a name there, but I don't recognize that name. So I'll answer it and see what happens. I don't know if this is a name you know. Let's see. Hello? Hello?
What up?
Yeah, what up? Oh! I didn't know who this was. Now I know your last name. Because it came up on the caller ID. But don't worry. I
Well, we
won't.
don't need to tell everyone that.
And I wasn't planning on it. I was just telling you that I now know your last name.
You know what's funny, Jay? Billy and I again.
It rhymes with have a snack.
Yeah. Well, we had Billy and I had our conversation again of not remembering your last name, even though we've asked you like 15 times now.
I probably will forget it probably like 10 minutes after the show's over today.
It rhymes with have a snack.
Have a snack. Jay, have a snack. How you doing, pal?
So I'm responding to your message.
Oh, okay.
Andy found remnants of me last night. I'm like Mike Dillon at McGuire's, just pieces of me all over the place.
What does that mean?
Andy will tell you. So Tony, who's the guy Monday that doesn't smile?
Oh, Andy's showing me a picture of it. I think you were here that day when the guy that doesn't laugh.
Oh yeah, I remember him. All right, fuck him. I want to bring my nephew to see what we do so he can get a day in the glimpse of Uncle Fat Jay, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
That sounds awesome.
So we'll bring him on the podcast,
Absolutely.
and then we'll do the camp show.
What time are you going on?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm supposed to be the middle.
Oh, you're the middle?
Lucky Pierre, I think it's called.
They told me 25 minutes.
25 minutes. 25 clean minutes.
Obviously.
Wow.
And don't worry, the fucking kids love me.
I believe it. I
Those
believe
little
it.
pieces of shit love Jay.
But I was asking because I'm going on after you, and I don't even know what time the show starts. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing a game show.
Noon on the website. Pop your fucking leg off. I'll take my shirt off. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, it'll be like the kids' 9/11.
I actually yelled at. They'll be scarred for life between the man boobs and the stump.
Let's go, baby. All right, fellas, have a great time. I'll see you Monday. Andy, miss you, love you.
I love you, baby.
I'll see you soon.
I'm in.
Thanks,
sure.
Jay. Peace.
I'll see him on Sunday, actually.
Oh yeah, what's going on Sunday? Here?
You remember the Bellport Brewing?
Oh, that's the benefit.
The benefit for the fellow who passed away.
Yeah, that's awful.
Really nice guy. Real shame. But yeah, I'll see Jay. I'll see Emily, Keegan. I'm trying to think who else. It's a good show. I think Alex Bradley.
What time is that?
Like 7. Something like that.
Sunday night at 7.
I'm acting like I don't have this fucking flyer.
I'm going to try and get there. So let me see. So I think Jay just said if I look on Gov's website.
Oh, you'll be able to find out what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome.
Let's see. So yeah, so the Governors has a camp show Monday afternoon. And they asked me to do the game show.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. July 24th. Kids get day. Whoa. Oh, 12 o'clock. Door time 11 o'clock. Oh, my goodness.
Nice.
So 12 o'clock, Jay's doing 25 minutes, and he's the middle. Oh, sorry. So that gives me time. I'll set up beforehand. What are they? Door time 11 a.m., show time 12? What are they going to do for an hour? There's going to be loud, annoying kids in there for an hour.
Probably, and maybe they're going to have snack.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
They have lunch packages and snack packages. Yeah, all right.
Just as long as they don't get counselor packages.
Exactly. Yeah, I wonder who's opening. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna Tim Saliani, Emily, Fat Jay, Alex Bradley, myself, Keegan's headlining, and Butera is hosting for the benefit on Sunday.
Nice.
Oh, and I didn't look at what time. Ha ha ha.
And here we'll have Mike Kaplan with us, the guy that never laughs.
Oh, it's a 4 p.m. seating, 5 o'clock show.
Oh wow, it's early.
Good thing I looked at
I imagine you walk in there at 7.
show of the 7 and be like,
What
all right,
the
Keegan
fuck?
went up. All right, I'll go up now.
I actually caught shit from Governors when I was hanging out here one night and they wanted to throw me on, and Keegan was at the bar. And I'm like, you don't have Keegan on? But I said, no, throw Keegan on. I still catch shit. You can't believe you turned down a show.
Yeah, you can't. But you can't account for that sort of thing. Like, there's no reason to.
Keegan's. I'm thinking for the betterment of the show and the betterment of the audience. Bring on the better comedian. Keegan should be a freaking national headliner, for crying out loud.
True.
Like you could have thrown me on stage with my so 7 minutes when you got Keegan who can murder for 25.
Maybe they're trying to get like an EEO certification or something.
Well, they're trying to make friends with
Equal employment opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say just all disability advocates.
That would be great. Like an all right.
What?
I have an idea for an all cripple show.
An all cripple show.
That'd be great.
Between all of us, we make up one human being.
No, you're all dead inside. So.
So who else would it be? Me.
Dana.
Oh, Dana. Yeah. Who's the guy in the wheelchair?
Kieran.
Kieran.
So that's 3.
Mike Dillon. He's down to just a head, I think.
Yeah, if they can roll him out, I guess Mike could be there.
We're awful.
Not as awful as diabetes.
Yeah, true. Well, speaking of diabetes, how was Hershey?
Great. It was a good time hanging out with my family.
I called it, by the way.
What?
You were not here for Tuesday Trivia. Last week, you're
I
like,
know.
oh, I could do it.
I know, but I actually went to try to get it up, but
I don't need to know about that.
it's hard.
Well,
Or
right.
not hard, really. Yeah, no, because you know what? I went to the mic the night before at the Church of Satire.
Yeah, I want to hear about that, too.
And so I had to, it was like an hour away from Hershey. My brother went with me.
Oh, nice.
Hanover is actually a really cool little town.
Really?
Like it's got,
And
like,
that's
a
where the
really
Church
cool
of Satire
vibe.
is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He owns the building. He's opening up Scoops of Satire. Originally, Jim Bryan, the owner of Church of Satire, is originally from Wading River.
Right.
I met him because Mark Riccadonna brought him here to be his opener. Mark asked me to do, he asked both of us to do a guest spot. And so that I met Jim. I mean, we met Jim interviewing him, but like,
you met him in person.
Right. Really get to talk to him.
Right.
And so he said, hey, let's keep in touch. Like, and everybody says that, right? So I went.
So he knew you were coming.
Well, I sent him a message, but then he said he didn't see it. So,
Oh.
Because I hadn't heard from him, and I'm like, I hope this mic is still going on. I don't want to have to drive there and back two total hours to for nothing.
Yeah.
But it was going on. Like I said to them, I got brought up as Mike Plagainos.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and-
Mike Plagainos.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Not by Jim.
No. He wasn't actually there when I got there. I actually mistook somebody else for him. Because I'm like, I don't see him, and this is the guy that looks closest. It doesn't look like him, but maybe it's like a cousin or something like that, And so that was embarrassing. Because it was.
You went up to him and hugged him and
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm like, no. I'm like, excuse me, are you Jim? And he's like, no. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, to me, you look like Jim, the owner. And so I got up there. I'm like, yeah, I met Jim, and I did a couple of jokes that I know are going to do well. My brother told me I did best, but well, he hates me, so probably it's true. But no, I did get a really good reaction.
Nice.
And one of the things I said to them when I first got there, hey guys, I'm from Long Island. I met Jim Bryan a while back, and I happen to be in Pennsylvania, so I figured I'd check this shit out. And I said, it's really good to know that that you guys are all doing rape and pedophilia jokes, because it makes me realize that comedy is the same everywhere.
Were they doing rape?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an open mic.
Yeah.
Open mic. And just people, they're horrible, horrible fucking places, open mics. Not because the jokes tend to be a little racy. Who's it? Who did?
This is, this might be somebody who's trying to get in. Are you locked out, or you're not coming?
Oh, no, I'm coming. I was just going to pretend to be a caller and and flirt with you two on the air.
Wow. I don't know how to.
I'll just wait to get my hand job when you're here.
Okay. I mean, I was going to pretend to be a girl that listens to the show all the time and thinks you guys are really hot.
Well, and you're off to a good start because you disguise your voice well.
Yeah.
Well, what are you talking about? Did you put me on the phone, Greg? Is this really Tony?
Who's this?
I'm Tiffany. I always thought you guys are so hot. I listen every day.
How old are you, Tiffany?
I'm 23.
Too old.
I'm still going to Nassau Community College.
I like how you're like NASA.
Yeah.
It's right at the border. It's in Dix Hills.
All right. Well, Tiffany, what are you wearing?
Well, right now it's so hot today, so I wore like this little top, and I don't like to, I like to wear revealing clothing in the summer, but my mom says I shouldn't go to school dressed like a tramp.
I hope Greg's windows are open.
They're not.
That's
It's too hot out. He's got the air conditioning. He's getting Tiffany's nipples nice and hard.
I was very upset when I found out that Andy is married. He went on vacation.
Well, I just love that what we're skipping over is that Greg is driving around with a 23-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, which would explain why Greg is late.
Right.
But yeah, it is a little disturbing. I thought Greg wasn't allowed near the colleges.
That's not true. That's only a Suffolk County thing.
Right. Totally different jurisdiction.
What do you? Is Greg behaving himself there, Tiffany?
He can't keep his hands off me. I keep telling him that I have my heart set on someone else.
And who is that?
I want to have a three-way with you and Andy. That's my goal. People say I have daddy issues, but I just say whatever.
Unfortunately, Tiffany, most of our viewers have the same request. So we have
I'm not surprised.
Get in line,
I'm
Tiffany.
surprised I even got on the show.
Get in line. Jeff Bosch says, "Dear God, it sounds like me, but 2.0."
Not nearly as hot, Jeff.
I heard a young buck named Stephen Roberts was going to be there.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, if you see him in the parking lot, please direct. I took a picture like I took for you, and.
All right. Well, when I'm done blowing him in the parking lot, I'll let you know.
Right on.
Right on.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Thank you, Tiffany. We appreciate
it. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, I'll be there, and Greg will be on the air too, and we can hang.
Always enjoy the hang, Tiffany.
Definitely sounds like a 23-year-old talking.
Yeah, well, I wasn't born here. I was born on the West Coast, but I moved out here as my dad had to get a job.
Okay.
Is your dad there?
No, him and my mom split up. It was kind of embarrassing. I had a friend over, and she ended up making out with my dad because we were drinking.
For rent.
And Mom got real upset about it. I'm like, Mom, why are you making such a big deal?
Maybe you should have invited her to join in. All right, this is going nowhere. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks. See, yeah, that's why you're better than me.
Scene. But so I'm at the Church of Satire. Said thank you, guys. Good thing comedy's the same all over. And then I did my set. It went well. The microphone became unattached at one point, but it happened to somebody else as well. But so it was cool to see, and something that they don't have like a governor's nearby to like push people to become. I don't want to say necessarily better, but better, more commercially viable.
Okay.
Because I think, like all of us, we work on our stuff, and we want to be able to be booked at governors. We want to get past, and so you tend to do work directed towards that. And you have people like Chris Roach and Paul Bond and Mike Keegan and these great guys who have been doing it for a long time who can drop a little bit of suggestions and help here and there.
Okay.
Carrie Karavis. So to have people like that, Eric Haft, to kind of shepherd the next generation along. So they're sort of like unbridled, if you will.
Okay.
And not that that's bad or anything, because in a way there's like a real genuineness of their comedy.
So there was nobody like that over there?
They're real. It didn't appear to me. They certainly weren't at the mic, which we get.
Right.
Chris Roach comes to Billy's mic on Mondays, occasionally, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't always go up. And his girlfriend buys pizza, and that was the last night. Line of the night. They were leaving, and we were talking to his girlfriend. And we were like, could you? I said thank you. I said I will never stop thanking you for the pizza, because she bought pizza once for us. And I said, thank you for the pizza. And she's like, oh, you want me to bring more? And we were like, yes, please. And then she was like, I forget the name of the bakery, but there's this crumb cake thing that she brought one time.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, do you want me to bring the crumb cake that looks like a pizza or the pizza? And we were like, oh, both.
Both.
Yeah. But we were like, oh, no, crumb cake. Like, if it's the two, crumb cake, please. Thank you very much. So she starts walking away, and she's like, all right, I'll bring it on Monday. I'm like, okay. And they were like going around the side of the building. I'm like, hey, tell Roach if he's free, he can come by too.
That's great.
So so we're looking forward to Monday. Crumb cake, Royal Bar and Billiard, Mount Sinai, New York.
Cool. But everybody there was nice and stuff.
They were super cool. And
welcoming to you and whatnot.
We didn't end up staying too long. I walked outside, said hello to everybody, hey, it was really cool. You guys were really great. But then Jim, who was actually working at the Scoops of Satire, because it's not open, it's opening this weekend. He came out. He's like, Andy, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh wow.
And I was like, dude, I sent you a message. He's like, I didn't see it. I wish I'd known. And
wow.
So we talked for a few minutes, introduced him to my brother, and
Scoops of Satire is like right next door, and
he owns the building,
right?
And so downstairs, what he's saying is that it's like 150 seat. Well, it's not right now, and it's cool because there were pews. Like that's the seating.
Wow. At the club?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And,
Church of
it's
Satire.
Small.
Right.
It's really that's why. I mean, there's other high tops and a bar along one of the walls that people are able to kind of sit at. And oh my God, Taz. Hey, Taz.
Taz.
What's up, girl?
Wow.
And but he owns the building. It has apartments above it.
Oh, nice.
It's got a retail space, which is becoming the Scoops of Satire, with the Bill Burr as being one of the milkshakes. He wants to do one that he's calling the slapstick, which is just a vanilla milkshake with a whole banana in it. My brother was like, you know what you should do is just like peel the banana almost all the way and just put it in so that the peel is
right
over the, and he's like, no, we were thinking about that, but we don't know the liches, like exactly how to, with the straw and everything.
That's really funny.
But and so I got to talk to him. I know it's cool to see somebody from Long Island. He's only a couple of years younger than me and out by me, so it's really cool to see. He's 5 years in. He says he's got this 10 years plan where he's going to blow out inside, and it'll be 150 seat.
Wow.
Theater, and it's just in this cool artsy kind of little post-industrial town in Pennsylvania with like sort of that brick architecture kind of thing. It's
really cool.
It's got a super cool vibe.
Excuse me. Taz is all excited about you talking about the whole banana.
Hell yeah. Oh, Tina's watching. Tina Spalding. What's up, girl?
Hello, Tina Spalding. I don't believe I've met Tina Spalding. I've heard quite a bit about her. All good things.
Nice recovery.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, Tina. I tell everybody at the mic, and I hope that you had been there when I've said it. And if not, I'll say it now. If you want to jump on, just let us know. And Greg's going to the bathroom.
Oh.
I guess the dread pirate Steve Roberts is. Oh wow, I am a real person. Am I a real person?
Brendan Burt. What did you? Brendan, have you never tuned in when Andy's here? Andy comes in there every Friday.
Way to dime yourself out is never watching on Friday. Or the Green Room show, the occasional time.
Yeah, Andy. Yeah, we did the Green Room show this past Saturday. We had the best Green Room show we've ever had.
Oh, my God. I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen all of them or whatever, but I certainly had a fantastic time.
I think it was the best one.
What do you call it? I told a lot of the guys. I was at the Laugh Off semifinal at McGuire's last night, August 17th. So I don't know if it's on your radar to do a Green Room show the night of the finals here.
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
And I told them if there is a podcast, please by all means. I may be there, I may not be there, but definitely.
Oh sure, if we're here, yes,
come in.
Absolutely. Mike O'Sullivan is here, ladies and gentlemen. Mike O'Sullivan has made it.
Please.
Yeah, come on. Well, Greg. Yeah, that's fine. Come on, come sit. We got room. Mike O'Sullivan is here, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate to break this to you, Brendan. You've never seen me in person.
Right? Yeah. Tina says she would love to come in. All right.
Oh, he's on.
Here comes Greg. All right.
And Steve just said he's on his way.
Oh, all right. Cool. We got room. Greg Pfeiffer is here.
The Pfeiffer. Fife man.
All right. So, Greg, Mike, Greg.
Yep.
How you doing?
Me, Andy.
Mike, Andy, Mike. Mike, Tony, Mike. All right, I'm going to start with Mike. Actually, I owe you both apologies because the last time Greg was here,
Mr. Pop and Twist.
Derek, he kind of took over, and which was fine. We're always happy to hang with Derek, but
it's Free Association Friday, so.
Oh, this is good. Tony Bennett died.
Yes, I was going to.
Oh, is that why somebody posted it?
Yeah, Tony Bennett died this morning, yeah.
I guess I won't get that duet in.
No, Lady Gaga was the last one. She got it in.
Or Tony got it in.
I don't know if he was pretty old.
Yeah, true.
Well,
his third wife, 40 years younger than him.
Really?
Yes. And, I don't know where he died, but obviously.
That's the cheapest way to hire a nurse.
You're absolutely right.
Like, it's the most inobtrusive.
Really depends on the woman, because she could just be the gold digger.
Right, but she still has to put up airs to get that money.
That's true.
So she's gonna.
She's got to do something. It was like, what was it? Remember Anna Nicole Smith?
Anna Nicole Smith with
that
the
guy
oil
couldn't
tycoon.
even breathe on his own.
Yeah, that guy looked dead. He
Yeah.
was the fucking crypt keeper. Yeah.
That's got to be great to be that rich, and it's just keep me alive.
Well, the fucked up part is that she's dead. It's like,
Yeah,
she
true.
got all that work for nothing.
Right, and the kid.
That's
crazy.
really fucked up.
That's so crazy.
So, so that's the big news today that Tony Bennett passed. But also, just as popular as Tony Bennett was Orlando Jones, who was in here with us this past Saturday.
Yes.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Also not dead.
But we didn't really.
Not also. But.
Mike had just.
None of us are.
Mike had just walked in and sat on the couch, and we were all set to talk to him and ask him who he was. We didn't even know if you were a comedian. We didn't know you at all.
I was kind of like waiting, and then he walked in. I was like, "Well, this is."
Yeah, I hope.
Because to be honest, you were just like this random white guy at that point that walked in,
like the rest of us.
Yeah.
But so I mean, you obviously understood because Orlando Jones walked. So we appreciate that.
Yes.
But I will compliment you because you were cool about it, but you just made the best of it, and you were making the guy laugh. You had your little one-liners here and there, and he loved you, and you were hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. What a total gentleman.
He was really
came in,
cool.
and then when he was leaving,
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Oh, did I fuck everything?
Yes.
up?
What
did.
makes you think
actually-
that you can just grab a camera?
Why?
Because I'm looking at this camera. I'm like, how is this camera
That
set up? Where
camera-
is that?
Do you
This
really
camera's
think?
got you.
Do you
That
really
camera's
think
for the
I would
couch.
not have you all set up in here? Great. That's it. I'm talking to Mike the rest of the show. Where's Derek? Derek, get in here and talk. So,
I put it back.
Hopefully.
Does it look right?
I don't know yet. We'll find out when
That's
Steve
fine,
gets
though.
here.
All right.
It's right there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is right. Yeah. All right. Well, I can fix
He
it.
is kind of like a Batman villain, so
I can
Batman villain lair look on the angle.
Well, he does try to. He does pretend to be a teenage
I
girl.
never know exactly because sometimes those two will be pointed here, and I'm not sure which one.
I got you covered, man. I got you covered.
We cool.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
Greg, my man, I'm here, buddy. Says Ryan Cataldi.
Hey.
Does that mean like he's here or he's just here as in watching?
He's watching.
Oh,
Spiritually.
right. And who is that?
We went last night to see Mark Normand out
Oh.
in East Hampton.
Oh, wow.
And it was great. He
He's
killed.
funny. Yeah, he's great.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All right, so you came in, you were great with, and then you just got up and left, and I swear to you, we all looked at each other. Who was that guy?
It was like a special moment.
who was that masked man?
Yeah, exactly. So that is the question: who's the masked man? All right, so you were
Which show were you
I was
on?
on the show in the Giggle.
Giggle
Oh,
Room
okay, great
with
show.
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg the Greek.
Saku Ali, I'm very good friends with.
Oh, okay.
Great guy. He booked me on the show. He's like, "You want to do this show in July?" I said, "Absolutely."
So Greg gave him the okay to book people on the show because it was Greg's show, wasn't it?
Yes.
Greg was the headliner. I don't know. I think Saku was putting it
Oh,
together.
he
Oh.
produced
He
the
was
show?
getting the
Oh,
I believe it
cool,
was his
cool.
show.
Oh, I
So
thought
he
it was
like-
Criticos' show. Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Hey, man, you want to be on this show?" And I'd done a couple of shows for him already in Queens. I was like, "Absolutely." And I wound up out here. And then I just saw, like, this is just like, like a living organism, I guess, when the when the shows are going on and
Pretty
everyone's
much.
just coming in and
Yeah.
out. Someone's like,
Yeah.
yeah, just go in there and sit down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly it.
That's what I did. And then Orlando came in. He was great. And then I think he kind of wanted to talk to the girls more than me when they came in. So that's why I left.
Actually, maybe, but they weren't too receptive. So it kind of bombed once they came
Yeah,
in.
because they were like fucking civilians. They came and they
Yeah.
came. Everything they were saying was civilian.
Oh, I was just trying to help a brother out. You know, that was it. I mean, I was like, oh, sit right here, lady.
I mean, yeah. Why don't you turn the cameras off? He banged her on the couch, and we all just sat here and watched.
Well, I mean, that
I
shows-
recorded it with the cameras. That's why I don't want the camera moved.
So we got an OnlyFans in here.
Yeah,
Is that what
pretty
you're
much,
saying?
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But for
So
dudes.
So you're a Queens? You're a Queens
Yeah,
comedian?
I'm born in Astoria.
Nice.
Grew up in Astoria. I actually lived on Long Island from like when I was like 2 years old to about 9 years old, all the way out in Suffolk.
Where?
Port Jeff.
Oh, dude! Like everything he's saying is, I'm originally from Astoria. I grew up in Port Jeff Station.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were poor. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, you throw no. You throw Station or East on anything
Yeah.
except Hampton, and it's the fucking shithole.
So maybe
Where did you go to school?
Yeah, maybe you guys knew each other.
Well, I went to Comstock.
I lived like right by. I left when I was 9.
Bicycle path or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like where I lived, you could just cross
So you went
over.
to Clinton Avenue.
Yes.
I went to Terryville.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So not,
I
not,
played,
not at all the same.
I played soccer there.
I didn't play for Terryville. I played for Infant Jesus.
Okay.
Downport.
Infant Jesus.
That was the. Oh man, let's go down memory lane.
Let's do it.
That was the church with the priest that looked like Jesus, right?
Yes, Father Frank Pizzarelli.
Oh, I knew him.
Well, I
did.
lived in Hope House, which he ran.
Right,
which is
yes,
the
that's
group
right, I
home
forgot
that's
that.
also right on Main
Oh,
Street.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but I remember we always went to St. Gerard's.
Okay.
But at one time we went to and we were just like, that's Jesus.
He did children's mass.
The guy looked like Jesus. I mean, he
Yeah,
had
oh,
the
yeah,
hair,
I know
the
exactly.
beard.
Yeah.
How old are you?
51.
Okay, 51. I'll be 48 this year, so I'm trying to think who would be 3 years older. Did you know Brian Tarrant? No? All right. Never mind.
I don't know, like anyone that when I lived out there, I have. Like,
He would
I
have
see
been
them
a
on
year behind
Facebook
you.
or whatever. Or
Yeah.
that's about it.
At Clinton.
But,
Wow.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I originally I was baptized at St. John Baptiste in Astoria, but and I was born at Lenox Hill. But
wow.
yeah, my parents divorced when I was 5, and then we moved where my mom grew up, which was Port Jeff Station.
No, I loved it out there, and then we moved back to Queens, and that was it. And I still live in Queens, so.
Nice.
Tina Spaulding says, I posted a picture with Greg on my social media last week and got multiple comments about hanging with my dad. My goodness. Facebook, Twitch, and you are on YouTube.
It's me is the name.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, I know who that is. All right. Chris Paulson says, Cuban Chris is here. Stop messing with the camera.
Yeah, he also went with me to the comedy show.
Oh, okay. So this is...
The Dread Pirate Robert.
Hello.
Robert. Steve, this is Tony.
Steve, how are you, buddy?
You know me, I'm Andy. This is Mike O'Sullivan. And you know Greg from the mic as well, right?
Yeah, have a seat on the couch.
And,
There's some headsets over there.
Yeah. Put the headsets on because that's where the microphone is attached. Otherwise, we don't need the headsets unless we take a phone call, guys. So I know my ears get sweaty, but I am a Greek.
Hang on a second. Let me just fix my... I mean, you guys can still talk.
Oh, you got to fix the camera, right?
Yes, I got to fix it.
But when did you start doing comedy?
Oh, like 2 and a... Well, okay. Here's the long, short version. I tried it when I was 19.
Okay.
In the city. I went to like a few open mics. And at 19, you kind of think like, I can just get up there and wing it.
Right.
And I found out you couldn't. And so I just stopped. I did it like 4 times. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Then, I went on, had my life. My kids are older now, and I was like, I want to try this again. So I got back into it right before the lockdown. And I was going to clubs. One club in Brooklyn that was doing mics. Did them for like a month and a half, and then the guy just came up and goes, yeah, they're going to keep having shows with everyone wearing masks, but the mics are done. and that was, and then it was like lockdown.
Which is funny because I would actually say the opposite was more true. There were a lot more mics.
And then the underground stuff started, where it was like there was a lot of. I started going to Brooklyn a lot.
Right.
There's tons of like underground just Brooklyn mics everywhere. Every bar in Brooklyn, especially like Bushwick, Williamsburg,
right.
every bar's a mic. Every bar is a mic. So I just started doing that.
What did you bring in here? So he comes in, he sits down. I guess I'm
he's
thinking he's
looking
mad
for a
to
bathroom.
Oh, is that what he's
I
doing?
wish he would have said, "Hey, where's the bathroom?" And then we could have fucking taken away some of the walking back and
I
forth.
thought the greatest appearance ever. Just,
Right.
I was like, well,
I actually said to Billy Geyer last night, I'm like, I feel like Steve's going to come in and not say much. But what I want to happen is him come in and just absolutely fucking dominate and not let any of us get a word in edgewise.
But I did do open mics with someone very famous.
Oh, who?
When I was 19, I did like 3 of them with him. Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
no kidding.
Like
Wow.
he was nobody too.
Oh, that's super cool though.
And it was like, oh wow, this guy's really funny. And then I was probably like 22 or 23, and I'm watching TV one day, and I'm like, I know that guy. And then like about 3 years after that, I'm watching Saturday Night Live. I'm like,
Right.
oh shit, I
definitely
really know that
yeah.
guy. Like, he just shot off.
Doing laps?
Oh, yeah. Gotta warm up.
You found the bathroom?
I did.
All right, I think.
So you're basically doing the city thing then?
Yeah, I've been out here about. This is probably my 3rd time here.
Sure.
I've done a couple other shows. That's how I met Sakal out here. We met at one of the shows, and we just struck up a friendship. Oh, you live in Queens? I do a show in Queens. So I've done a couple of shows for him out here, out in Jamaica, out there. And then he recommended me for this. He's like, "You want to do it? You got it." And that's how I wound up here.
Nice.
And it's been. I like it.
Right.
It's fun. It's definitely like you're starting. It's like starting over again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're such the old man.
Oh, dude.
It's like weird. It's like everyone I deal with. It's like I think I'm old enough to be your dad.
Dude, I started 6 years ago. And it was I've done theater and comedy adjacent and kind of things, but it's a constant struggle to not smack all of them.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh, there's a lot of I'm manifesting and unpacking right now.
Oh well, that's city shit.
There's a lot of that. Like I deal with a lot of that more.
Yeah, that's city shit. That's not what happens out here.
Sorry, we're having technical issues, so I'm trying to fix that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Well, then we'll speak slowly.
Yeah, we have an echo going on.
All right, hey, well, why don't we keep moving down the line? Greg, when did you see, we established this last time, but we got interrupted, but when did you start doing comedy?
well, last year, this crazy Greek person, nameless Greek person, had informed me of an open mic.
Out in Mount Sinai, run by Billy Geyer.
Yes. And so I came and I kept coming.
Right.
And
coming, and
Yes.
coming, and coming. I have no moisture left in my body.
And then, young ladies would show up occasionally, take pictures with them, get accused of being their father.
Super hot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole porn category.
Look, Tony Bennett. That's the goal.
Right.
I'm like, I'm 46 now, so Mrs. Pfeiffer, the third one, is 6 now in Tony Bennett years.
Right.
And, so I got time. I got a ways to go. Obviously, if we're going by the laws that they have here,
Right.
that means I have to wait at least 12 years
Right.
before, we can announce the engagement. Yeah, that's
15. 17's legal in New York.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think you need.
I think you need to be, but don't you need to be in that 5-year?
17 is legal.
I'm going off my 12th grade legal law class.
I think you might need parental permission for the marriage, though, at 18, before 18 or something. I'm not sure.
That's enough time to establish yourself as a super famous comedian. So.
Yeah, no, and you know what? If 17, I can go to the prom. And
Bro.
it'd be nice to go to the prom in about 10 years. Going to the prom.
That would be pretty lit.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the kids say.
In 10
Now,
years,
what am
that
I looking
will
at him
not be
for?
what the kids say. So it doesn't matter.
I just fixed the problem, so that's all I care about. I haven't heard anything you guys have said for the past 5 minutes. So, all right.
All right. Well, let's go down the line now to Stephen Roberts. We're just going to establish before before Mr. Poppin Twist comes in and interrupts us again.
Mr. Poppins?
He's a balloon artist, like truly in the word artist. Does not begin to like he just recently made a big show. He made an Orlando Jones actually that night.
He was
here that night too.
He's a huge Orlando Jones fan.
Yes,
I
he's met him before at like some of the cons, the conventions that he goes to and whatnot. But okay, Stephen Roberts, where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from here on Long Island, Strong Island. For those of you who know.
Did you grow up in Yaphank?
I did. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's Yaphank.
No, I know. I went to camp in Yaphank, Brookhaven Country Day Camp.
Oh yeah, I went to the same camp.
Well, obviously at different times.
Yeah.
But so when did you get into comedy?
So like in like high school, I did it once. I thought it was like there was an open mic, so I thought it would be fun to just like, hey, let me just.
Where was the open mic? If you don't mind me asking.
Patchogue. It was. They used to have this place called the Roast.
Okay, yeah. No, I've heard. It was before. I never ended up going to that one, but I do know of it.
Yeah. So there was like, I just thought it'd be fun to like, and it was just like a bunch of. I got like a laugh or two, but it was just like a bunch of like one-liners.
Right.
And people were like, you have to develop, like you have to like.
Right.
Like create like a narrative or whatever, and then like.
That's a shitty way of saying you suck.
Yeah, exactly. That's like that like a backhanded compliment. It's like that was hilarious, but you have to do everything different. And then in college I did it like.
So you decided to go with the Mormon look?
Yeah,
that's what it was. Okay,
I think it's just like being really pale and like goofy. It like I think it like adds to it.
Yeah.
So it like lets me say like ridiculous things and.
Absolutely.
Is that your persona or that's just you?
Both.
Oh.
Well, it's a version of you. Yeah, it should be a version. It's the most authentic thing to do.
Now, what was it about? Is it Steve or Steven? What do you prefer?
Steven.
Steven. What was it about Steve? I'm kidding. What was it about Steven that because you talked him up quite a bit. You really wanted to get him in here.
No, I was just being nice.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
Like it was like when you see like a well, you don't see them anymore, but a stray dog.
Like sure, you don't see stray dogs
with only like 3 legs, just like hopping along.
Yeah,
eating its own shit. No, I'm only kidding.
I only did that once. All right.
Right.
Now, I told you that in confidence.
I told you that was brilliant when he did it. He did it on stage. So.
He reminds me of the character from what's that book? The Tom Hanks movie, The Da Vinci Code. The priest.
Is that Leonardo?
The priest.
The albino. The albino
like super
monk.
Catholic guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to talk about Leonardo DiCaprio because I do.
Yes,
get that. They usually mistake me for Leonardo DiCaprio.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I could definitely see.
I don't see that.
But more the albino priest who whips himself till he bleeds.
Yeah. No, I could see that. That's the.
Steven gets up and does like very like thought out and ridiculous, and I tend towards the ridiculous myself, so I appreciate somebody who's taking chances and whatnot.
Nice. So and Greg, you talked him into trying comedy, correct?
Talked him into I told him about the mic, and I knew that he was a fan of comedy, and I thought that I'm a proselytizer for comedy and out in Suffolk County. So
you have connections to all these guys.
Well, yeah, in a way, like in this sort of strange.
Now, and are you coming straight from work today? What's going on here?
No.
Are you his vibe the other night too?
Yeah. Are you a custodian?
No,
I'm picking on everybody today.
I'm the
Don't
custodian's assistant. Actually, I'm working my way up.
Assistant to the custodian.
What's now? I'm assuming you guys all have real jobs or full-time jobs or other jobs, I should say. Right?
I'm retired.
Are you from where?
The city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sekou. This same. Okay.
Same job.
Is that right?
Job.
You guys met on the job?
No. We met. I swear to God, we met here. We met in that hallway.
Oh, no kidding.
At one of the benefit shows.
Oh, okay.
And someone said, "Oh, you're a cop?" And he goes, "Yeah." So I just went out. I go, "Oh, you're on a job?" And then me and him just started talking.
Nice.
I run a show in Queens, and that's how it.
There's a lot of cops that get into comedy. Like you guys.
There was 2 of us. Well, there was 3 of us on the show.
Roy George was also here that night.
I had no idea. He was one of those guys, just someone you know by face. Like I know this guy from somewhere. We started talking in the hallway, and he's like, "Yeah, I work in so-and-so." I was like, I knew you, man.
See, now here I would have thought because there's 1 billion people on the subcontinent, so he would have looked familiar.
Well,
and Mark DeMayo's a retired
Mark
cop.
DeMayo, I'm friends with.
He's great. I love Mark.
One of the he just moved out to Vegas.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's living out in Vegas. One of his last shows he did in New York.
Oh, you know what?
I was
I
on
totally
the show with him.
Oh,
yeah.
And we started talking, and we have like friends in common. He's an Astoria guy, Mark.
Yeah.
So we have like a friend in common from Astoria that was on the job as well. So me and him just started talking, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm moving to Vegas. I got this job, blah 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 blah." And John DeResta is probably the most famous.
Sure, right.
Well, actually, they say John DeResta or the guy who played Seinfeld's dad was a retired cop.
Oh, is that right?
He's a retired.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Barney Martin was his name.
I was about to say, if we're
The
just
guy
calling
was
him
on, like,
Seinfeld's dad.
The guy, yeah, he was on like a bunch of sitcoms in the 70s.
Oh, sure.
And then nailed
Right.
it with Seinfeld's
Yep.
dad. And he was a retired detective.
Oh, okay.
Greg, what do you do?
Well, I do mold inspection.
That
which
is part of your repertoire.
But I'm sure there's a lot of humorous, exciting stuff that goes on in that world.
Well, you get your fair share of, interactions with the public and customers, which means mental illness. It means,
Birds of a feather, I get
right,
it.
exactly. You're going into all that. I also have another job, a government kind of job that I'm not going to get into. I'm off for the summer, though. I took leave.
Nice.
Good for you.
So, it's nice. I'm spending some time with the kids and schlepping them around to camp, which is all like half-ass, whatever it is.
My kids also go to this camp.
Yeah. And, so it's, it's going okay.
Do you just look for mold, or do you actually branch out look for asbestos too?
No, I don't get into
Just
asbestos,
mold.
just mold. Because asbestos is a whole different, it's all so not funny. But it's
It's a whole other bowl of cancer.
Yeah, it's like,
get it.
exactly. It's like, look, you know what? More insurance, more licensing, more nonsense with the government and state. No thanks. So I don't do it.
And Steve, what do you do?
I work with people with disabilities.
Really?
So these are all people that I
Right.
serve. No,
Can I have your card?
Yeah. No, I only do people with mild disabilities. So you're way too extreme.
I like how work with makes it sounds like
they're colleagues of mine.
Well, more that it's you're sexually touching them.
What the fuck?
All right, that was an accusation. There was a lot of evidence.
15 times.
Okay, it's a 3-strike rule. All right, most people.
I think I looked at your Facebook page at one point because I was scared because you showed up a second time at the mic, and it seemed to me like you were like a church librarian. Or that's the vibe of your profile.
Yeah. So not a librarian. I am involved in church. So if you guys don't want to go to hell, I can help you out.
For a small fee, I'm assuming?
For a small fee, yeah.
I got to introduce you to Jack Adam. Which denomination?
Orthodox Christian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Jack always says he's Episcopalian, and he calls it the Bud Light Lime of religion.
Orthodox is like a hard shot. It's like we're very intense. But
Well, Episcopalians and Lutherans, my friend used to call them off-Broadway Catholics.
Yeah, yes,
That's what they were known.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We do a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not as good. We're just a little.
Right. You may have seen some of our work,
right.
But these aren't the original cast members.
We changed the script a little.
Right. Nice.
Well, can I ask what you do with the disabled? 'Cause I'm in the special needs community myself.
Yeah,
so
what do you do to the?
I said with
to the disabled people.
I make sure they know their place. That they're well-respected citizens.
There you go.
People always assume the
You're
worst.
inside right now. Anyway.
No, they're basically just help them with social norms, which I don't know why they asked me to do that, but basically just if they're in the grocery store, hey, don't scream in the grocery store.
Oh, you're a ComHab worker.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. Yeah,
all right, cool.
So just some industry jargon.
Community habilitation. Yeah.
Community habilitation. Oh, I see. It's one of them portmanteau kind of thingies.
What?
Because is habilitation a word? I don't know.
Isn't it?
I think so. I think habilitation's a word.
I know rehabilitation, but I always get screwed on that New York Times spelling
I'm
bee
going to look
thing
it up.
With unadulterated. Adulterated's not a word, you know?
Is an adulterated word? I don't know. I'm not a church librarian. I don't know.
Well, that's Now, well, all the questions I had for you are fucked now.
How strict is this doctrine of?
Well, it has the word orthodox in it, so
sounds strong to me. I mean, it's got a certain,
Oh yeah, the strictest. No. I mean, like, it's hard to describe. It's like.
Habilitation refers to a process aimed at helping individuals with disabilities attain, keep, and improve skills or functioning for daily living.
What's the source on
that? Google.
Not Merriam. Okay.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
How do they feel about beating kids with sticks?
Beating kids with sticks. It's okay if no one sees it. No, that's not true. No beating kids with sticks. That would be very unkosher.
That's not habilitation.
That's not habilitation.
So, no, are we talking about
that's
your
against,
job, or we're talking about the church now?
Beating children.
That wasn't in the fucking definition. Is all I'm saying.
I think Greg wants to be the receiver, though. Of the
He's like riding crops are cool.
So that
a
switch,
spare the rod, kind of.
Spare the rod, spoil the. So just so everyone knows, it's against my job and my religion to beat children, unless it's Greg.
This is getting hot.
Good answer.
Of age.
This is super.
Finally.
And now what happened? I'm
glad we're filming.
You just walked. You just decided to, because I was messing with technical issues. So you just one day decided to try and walked, and you just walked into an open mic blindly.
I was like, now I have a girlfriend, and she's not disabled. Well, she's a woman, but so mildly disabled. But no. So I have a girl. For a while, I was just like, I have no money. I want to get a girlfriend. So
you bought one?
So I bought one. No. What do you call it? So I was like, let me try to become a comedian. And I was like, that's a really safe career route.
Right.
So obviously, I'm making a lot off open mics. I'm going in. I'm not losing any money off open mics.
Have you done any shows yet?
I have not.
Right.
I have not.
All right. So you have not. You haven't been here yet?
I haven't. No.
Oh wow.
I'd love to check it out.
Came in the back door, first time ever. That's hot, by the way. First wife.
Oh yeah.
Legit. Was our first time together. But anyway, go on.
Wow, that's a cool story. I'd put that on behind a paywall before I told it to anyone.
Well, that's why I didn't say
I would definitely.
It's why I didn't say it
little
slow.
Little teaser.
It's why I say it slower. Behind the paywall.
Behind the paywall.
And breathier. ASMR.
And you mentioned Tracy Morgan, that you worked with him before he was big.
Like,
was there any? I don't know. Did I miss any other names, or was it just him?
No, it was just him. He used to bring like 10 of his friends.
Oh wow.
And these guys looked like they were all going to rob the place, but they were actually really cool, and his friends laughed at everything.
Right.
And they
even when you guys
like other guys would go
great.
up. Like I remember the first time I met him was in the restaurant I know is still there. It's on like 2nd Avenue and like 31st Street. It's like a seafood place, but it was upstairs in like their little storage area.
Wow.
There was like chairs piled up. There was like 3 or 4 tables put out, and like he just showed up with his friends. We sat in the back, and we just went on stage with like in this, pitch black room. The light, I swear to God, the light was a candle.
Really?
The lady's like, I'm just gonna lift this candle in the back when you're done. And
oh my goodness!
But it was wild.
This sounds oddly religious, also.
I can confirm
a little bit. I think Stephen was there.
Orthodox
it was actually
comedy.
Unorthodox, but
unorthodox comedy.
It was
unorthodox
Mike. But yeah, and then he just and then I just saw the TV 3 years later, and I said I should have hung out with that guy more.
Yeah, right.
I should have just been around, because he asked me at one point, like,
out on a date,
give me your number.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
what a shitty memory.
I got a manager. And I was like, is this guy going to try and like rip me off? And like, I just kind of like distanced myself a little.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, no, I don't think about that every day of every second of my life. As I drive a 94 Honda Civic. I would never think about
I know exactly what you're talking about. When I got out of the Air Force, I sent my resume into the Long Island Railroad, and they offered me a job, and I didn't take it. It's the exact same thing.
Yes, it is.
Free railroad forever, man.
Right.
Damn.
Wow. Hot railroad action.
But what is it? Because I'm sensing a theme. So you got Tracy Morgan, who wanted your number. Saku Ali, who put you on the show here, and then Orlando Jones loved you. So you have something with the black men.
They like me. I don't know.
Not at all where I
have
thought that
no
was going.
idea. I have no idea. It's my porn preference. I don't know. I don't know.
I chose them.
I don't know.
Who saved who?
Listen, we're all one. I don't know. I guess, but I don't know. I didn't.
You can put that on your resume, though. You made Orlando Jones laugh. I mean, he was high-fiving you like every 5 minutes, man.
Yeah. Trust me, I've watched that clip about 50 times. Like, this is because I'm like, this is the high point. This is pretty much as good as it's ever gonna get. And like the first time like he gave me the 5, I was like, oh shit. And then when he walked out again at the end of the night, he walked right out, and I was standing there, and he just gave me like one more on the way out. He was, like, gave me like one of those, and I was like, wow.
Nice.
And I've been telling everybody, I was like, remember Mad TV, Orlando Jones, the replacements?
Make 7
I
up
go,
yours.
that guy, that's the guy. And I'm showing everyone the picture.
Yeah.
Greg, who's the most famous person you've high-fived? Or at least ask for your number.
Oh, as for my number, that'd be nobody. Let's see. No, let's see.
Well, somebody who had mold asked for your number, probably.
Yeah, well, I get mold people.
I just detect
they,
it.
of course, don't want their identity known. People are very touchy. They're like, oh, do you have a marked car or a job? I'm like, no. Like, good.
That's the name of your.
Don't want.
The name of your comedy album's got to be something like Mold People, or just the word mold. Greg Pfeiffer's Mold instead of gold.
There's a reason why you don't have comedy albums.
Oh, there's plenty of reasons why I don't have one. Yeah, but people still
Naming
make them.
being the least of my fucking problems.
I met Daryl Hammond one time.
Oh, okay.
I was at, and this was 20 years ago. I was delivering mortgage documents to the city.
This is exciting stuff.
Yeah,
it was so happy everybody's on the show today. It's fucking awesome.
No, I was like,
can I leave? Is it timed?
Could we go over them? Do you have
all
the
the time.
documents?
It was the perfect job, for
Nice.
that. And I'm outside Penn Station smoking cigarettes, and I look over. I'm like, man, that guy looks a lot like Daryl Hammond. And I walked up and I realized, it is. And I just walked up to him and I started talking. I'm like, man, you're really funny, whatever. And I asked him about working on Saturday Night Live. No one else around knew or gave a shit or
it's New York,
noticed and whatever. So I just chatted him up for a few minutes, and he was smoking cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
and,
isn't he from Alabama or something?
Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Super rednecky.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know that.
You see his documentary?
Yeah, only a piece of it.
There's a documentary about Daryl Hammond.
Yeah.
Really?
He was for a while. He was the longest serving.
But he had a severe breakdown.
Yeah.
Really?
He had a severe breakdown.
Right after he met
a lot
Greg.
of childhood trauma. Like his mom beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. His stepdaughter is actually a comedian in the city.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
She has the same last name.
Oh, I
very
feel like I heard
funny, very funny girl. Mia Hammond. She's very funny.
We met Kevin Meaney's daughter at the comic strip a few months.
Oh, that's right, we did.
She's hot, by the way, but but I think she's funny.
I know Greg Giraldo's son. Greg Giraldo Jr. is in.
I heard he's doing it, but I've never seen him.
He's doing stand-up, and he's producing 1 or 2 shows in the city.
Oh, no kidding.
Very funny kid.
Really?
Greg Jr., really nice guy.
Oh, wow.
Very, very nice kid. He's only like 20. He might be 20 or 21 right now.
Wow.
Started, I think, freshman year of college or whatever.
So you're still in the city trying to...
Yeah, I still live in Queens. Most of my mics I do are either in Brooklyn or Manhattan.
You've been doing it all these years, or did you stop for a while?
No, I stopped when I was 19, I stopped.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You did say that.
And then
already.
it was 30 years of work, and then I was like, okay, I'll try this again. And then the whole world shut down for 18 months. So
well,
I did Zoom mics,
Oh.
which I'm still alive. I'm still alive, so you can do Zoom mics and not kill yourself. I can attest.
You're one of the few.
You could. I could. I'm not that.
It was horrible.
Damaged.
It was. I would rather deliver mortgage documents and remove mold than do a Zoom mic.
Hey, all he does is detect it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remove.
You don't remove it?
That's
No,
a different
I just
guy.
do it.
What kind of job is?
It's a.
Yeah, I think
It's
you got
called-
mold.
That's it. That's it right there.
It's
Hey.
called The Perfect Job. And you
Are they
just
hiring? Because I'll do that part time. Like, I think I would get that looked at.
take
Yeah,
some
I would
samples.
get a guy.
You bring a beagle in there, right? The beagles
Yeah.
find it. Right?
Where's Waldo or whatever the hell the dog's name is? I don't know.
So now you've had time to think about this, Steve. Who's the most famous person you've high fived?
For the famous person I met, I don't know about high five. I don't remember. I met Steven Tyler in Hawaii.
Oh wow.
You remember?
That's awesome.
Were you living on the edge?
What's a good?
Did you get
I wanted him to
slapped?
treat me like a rag doll. That's what I.
Did he slap you with all of his bandanas and whatever?
Were you like were you like I don't want to close my eyes because I miss you and I don't want to miss a thing?
What were you feeling when you first? Was it a sweet emotion when you first saw him?
It was like I was with my.
Were you
parents.
walking your dog? Back in the saddle?
Did you ask him to see his toys in the attic?
Did you get Liv,
Oh, yeah. What
Liv
kind of
Tyler's number? More
Yeah,
important.
I met Liv Tyler. She's even more beautiful in person. Like people actually stopping in their tracks just looking at her. She's beautiful. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, yeah. She's gorgeous.
Let me ask you this, Steven, what was his scarf game off stage?
This was like
What's
years.
the scarf game?
What's the scarf game? I was like I grew up listening to classic rock because that's what my parents listened to. So they were like, "Hey, that's Steven Tyler," and they were like, "Go say hi to him." And I was like, "Okay." So I was like,
How old were you at the time?
I was like 5. I was
Oh.
like, yeah.
And
I
how
know.
old are you now?
Like 7.
No. What are you like 20 what?
28.
28.
Yeah. So
This is 23 years ago.
yes, 23 years ago.
Was he nice to you, or did he just like kick you?
Oh, he kicked me.
Yeah.
It was trying to throw in an Aerosmith reference. It's not coming today.
We had too many.
Were you
already.
guys Hawaii? You were on a permanent vacation?
Oh my goodness!
My
Elevator.
yeah. Like my mom had like a really cool job when we were young, so we got to like she like organized trips for people. Like if they bought a certain amount of like car parts.
Living it
Oh,
up
okay.
as
I
you
was
go
about.
down.
I was about to be. Yeah, is that called a
drug
travel
she was
agent?
a drug.
Like a really cool job. I don't know the name of it.
So, but how did you guys get trips out of that?
She would like she took us with it.
Because what they like places will actually offer back in the day with travel agents, they would or people who did jobs like that for companies, they offer a resort will offer that company because they know they book trips and go, hey, send your person who books these things so they can have a personal experience. So when they set it up for people, they can go, oh, you're going to have a great time. I went there with my family.
Exactly. Yeah. So she gets to talk it up and like that whole thing and but yeah, it was pretty. So yeah, we were in Hawaii and I was like, hey, my name's Steven too. And like when he's like, oh, cool, my name. So
And you're like, and we both do blow.
yes, exactly.
Can you tell me what can I expect the rest of my life being named Steven? Well, little man, I can tell you what it's like to be named Steven Tyler. Yeah.
And how long? Again, forgive me for repeating stuff. How long you been doing comedy?
Like a month. Like
Not true. You've been doing it for probably about 6 to 8 months that you've been coming out the mic out in Mount Sinai.
yeah, like something like 3 to 6 months.
So I'm curious between, and you're what, a year or two, right?
Yeah, like a year.
So what are your impressions so far?
Oh, they don't do impressions, Tony.
I do.
Sorry, you what? I was disappointed.
So I
had to
know,
say
no,
it.
yeah, I know you just, you're the impression guy. I get it.
No, that's not even it.
No, how do you? What's it been like for you so far? Is it what you've imagined? Is it better or worse? Have the community been supportive?
Oh yeah, people have been like really chill. Comics are like really like inviting, like just like, hey, come on and interview. Like super nice people. The money is exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Just swimming in it. I don't know what to do with all of it, frankly.
You meet a lot of weirdos, like a lot of strange people on the scene.
Oh yeah.
A lot of mustaches, little curled mustaches, just flying around. No, it's the people that do it are a lot of fun. Like they're the like-minded people I've been looking for.
It's your tribe.
Who are ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like because that's how I view the world. Like
Right.
the world is obviously interesting and whatever, but mostly it's absurd. And I finally found some people who appreciate that.
And won't judge you for saying the shit that you're going to say.
Right. I think and say awful things. And they appreciate, like I do, that's very funny.
Yeah, it's funny to just like, for me, it's just like I just want to get up and say something like crazy, and then it's like fun for me. And then if people laugh, like that's cool, but it's just like, it's fun to just have that space where, I mean, you can make it anything, right? There's no like, this is how you do stand-up.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there kind of is. It's just, as long as you're funny, like, you can literally do it. Even if you're not funny, sometimes that's fun. Like,
Well, you also like that mic is a kind of a hotbed for alt comedy, just in general. But for Suffolk, it's the only place that you're going to find that level of alt comedy where people are just up there trying to kind of do art in a way. So
yeah, I feel like comedy, like, it can be just like, hey, let's make people laugh, or like, let's try to do something like interesting and like,
right,
like
art on the balloon level.
Yes,
like that. You know, if we're
Kind of
we're going to throw this word around,
it's the Mr. Poppin' twist.
I was going to say, you mentioned balloons again. He's going to come in and steal your thunder all over again.
Yeah, dude, you have one more time.
He literally lives walking distance from here, so be careful.
Like Beetlejuice. I think
Yes.
you say it 3 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
He's showing up.
You,
So-
yeah,
More
yeah, you met him that
Candyman
night.
than Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he was very.
Like, Beetlejuice was just a pedophile. Candyman was out there killing people.
Do you, Mike? Do you find a big difference between, because so you've been there a few times?
Yeah.
Right. Do you find a big difference between the city, the crowds in the city, and here? Or?
I think too. It depends where you go. Like, I've done shows at clubs in the city where the majority of the audience it's all tourists.
Right.
Like, they got the tickets off a Groupon. So you're playing to
Somebody barking.
You're playing
Yeah.
to the whole country.
It's exactly why
So you
I'm
can't-
asking this question.
But
yeah.
here, I know it's Long Island here. I know what jokes that might not work in the city might kill here.
Right.
And
vice versa.
And vice
Right.
versa. Yeah, like, I've done, I have like one Joe Biden joke. And sometimes in the city, people are like, oh,
Yeah.
we like that nice old man. But I did it here Saturday,
Oh.
and
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
loved it.
This was
Yeah.
the place
You know?
to do it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely right. What's give us your best night in comedy and your worst? I'm gonna ask all you guys. that.
Oh, jeez. Worst night probably had to be, it was like one of the first nights I got booked on like 2 shows.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Yes.
And
That's a great
I
feeling.
performed in front of a total for 2 shows, 9 people.
Oh,
The
wow.
first show was at a bar in Brooklyn. It was both in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
One was at a bar at an open mic that I do. The guy runs a show like once a month. He's like, yeah, come on the show. And there's 3 people. And then there's a club in Bushwick. It's like a lower tier. It's a great club. I know they don't want names mentioned.
Don't worry, nobody's watching.
Okay. So they book a lot of like open mic comics, and it was like, hey, come and do the show at 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, great. And I went there, and there was like 5-6 people there.
Well, at least it was more.
Yeah,
but you still
yeah,
would-
I doubled my audience.
But jazzed that you had like to travel and like go to
Yeah.
another place in one
road
night.
gig.
Like, one of the
Well,
craziest
no,
things
just
is like
like
having,
two
like
different
living in the
places.
city and having a car.
Right.
Because people are like, you have a car? I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking the train everywhere.
Right.
It's just too much.
See, it's funny because now you're kind of touching on something that was my family originally were all in Manhattan, and my dad was the first one to move into Queens, and they literally called that.
Oh, that's the country
That was the
li-
country,
yeah, yeah.
and then we called out here the country when
Yeah.
I was a kid. But yeah, so
And
you're
then-
the suburbs.
Probably the best night was when I did a industry room set, and it was like great. I was like 6 months in, and I had my that first 5 minutes you have,
Right.
that I just polished it up,
Nice.
and I mean it went over really, really well. And I was like, it was one of those like after the show, people are coming up like shaking you. Yo, you were really fun. Like that was one of the first times I had gotten that.
Nice.
And it was just like, okay, I think I'm okay.
It wasn't you're funny too. moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, those are probably like 2 like just. And I've had a few of those. Oh yeah, I got 2 shows tonight, and it's 8 people,
Yeah.
and you're just
Yeah.
like. I've walked into shows and the guy canceled it.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I've had plenty of those.
Yeah,
too.
but being able to go to 2 different places
Oh, no,
for
it's
shows
amazing.
is a
It's-
great feeling. Like, I don't care how many people there are. I'm there for me. I'm not
Yeah.
there for them. Fuck the audience. Fuck the audience. Fuck the audience.
I love the audience. I love the audience. You guys are great. Please just come to my show wherever I am. Just show
Yeah,
up.
if you see his name.
views
Just
and-
buy a ticket and don't go. I don't care.
But
The views
put my
and
name in the
opinions
comments.
expressed by
for
the
sure.
Yeah, just
Plagainos
say
are
you
not
went
the
for
views
me.
and opinions
That's the difference between me getting $5 and not getting $5.
How about you guys? Bad, good? What do you? Still too new? What?
Well, no. The other day I did
everything's
one
relative.
show. Yeah, I did one show here at Governor's not that long ago.
Giggle Room, right?
Giggle Room, and I guess Mike was it? Yeah, Mike Murphy was the headliner.
Okay.
And
was this a Charlie Paquette show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I sort of like we're all just waiting in the back area, just here in
The
hall.
green room.
Yeah, in the green room. And I tried to talk him up for a few minutes, because we're just stuck there and I'm waiting around. And he didn't give me the time of day. It was just kind of like he was, looking at his phone. He wasn't shitty about it.
He was a comic.
He's a comic. He's self-involved and whatever. I can't hold any of that against him. And
I'll hold it against him.
Oh well, no. And then I went up, and I killed,
Nice.
in my opinion.
No, it happens.
And I came back, and he chatted me the fuck up.
Oh, wow.
And he was all interested.
Great feeling.
And told me that he thought I was really funny. And after, as the show closed out, I was hanging out in the hallway as people were leaving, and they all came up and said, "Oh, I thought you were very funny." And I was like, and not, you were funny too.
Right.
It
A
was-
great
yeah.
you were funny too moment.
And I was
Yep.
like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Right.
But, at the open mic where I'm like, let me try out some, because I'll just write down things and I'm like, is this funny? I don't know. And I'll go and just read and I feel the empty, hollow, just awful lack of amusement, the suffering on the other end
and
of
when
the
you
room.
pay back attention, everybody's out smoking weed
Right.
in
Yeah,
front of
right,
the place
exactly.
you can see
Yeah.
in that place everybody's outside.
Oh, really?
So, I'm like, well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm not going to be, okay, I won't do these again. Well, this I might try again. Just because, maybe they're fucked up. Maybe it's them. Fuck them.
I want to get back to Charlie Paquette for a second. Was he there?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in here doing shows, and Charlie Paquette's got a show going on there, and I've never met this guy. I have no idea what he even looks like.
He's a tall drink of water. Kind
a
of
tall
thin.
drink of water.
Well, he's not super tall, but he's taller than me, so he's tall. And
That's
he's,
most of the population of males.
Not
anyway.
really. I'm pretty
I'm
average.
I am the
Yeah,
average,
that's
and
what I'm
I'm
saying.
taller than you.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm what? I'm 5'10". What?
I am also 5'10", but you're definitely you know what, you have a short energy.
All right, don't fight about who's taller. I don't know what's going on here. My dad can kick your dad's ass.
That's it.
with one hand tied behind. My dad could kick your dad's with two hands. Deal.
Let's call my dad
Steve
right
with the-
now
Yes.
on the phone. I'll put him up to it.
Oh, my dad will say that he could do it, but then be like, my back.
Have you ever thumb wrestled Andy?
I have not.
Who did you thumb wrestle the other night?
that was that
Anthony
cat.
Vines?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I witnessed part of it.
Yeah.
I did witness
See,
part
if
of it.
if
Andy
I
was
should've-
challenged.
I should
You
have.
got a huge fucking thumb.
Yeah, I should have established that we should have had our elbows on the table.
Right, because you stood up. You cheated.
Well, he,
Well, you
no,
can't
because he
lever
was
it
No.
down.
he
No,
pulled me
that's-
off like that, and so
Likely
I went up
story.
with him to
Yeah.
not lose.
I know. Look at your thumb compared to my little
That's
thing.
PED
Bitches.
thumb, man.
Right.
There's,
That's why he's the champion.
that's some piss in a cup. Because we got to Balco.
give
Get
me a
some
month.
Balco thumbs.
Give me a month.
Did you know Anthony Vines before the other night?
We had met like a couple times before in the city and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually gave him a ride home. That's why he left. Because I was like,
wow.
I got to get out of here. And he's
Yeah.
like, that's why. I was like, hey, come on. And it was great because like I haven't seen Anthony in a while. We started talking in the car, and he's like, oh yeah, I think I'm doing a show upstate next month. I'll keep you in mind. And then he just texted me the other day like,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, keep like August 12th or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He was great. We had never seen him, heard of him, but he walked right in and
Yeah.
we hit it off
It was
immediately.
such a good mix of people. All
Yeah.
of you guys who
It
came
was
in
very
were fantastic.
like organic the way everyone
Yeah.
was just coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, because sometimes we get like some of our local guys come in and they'll plant themselves and just absorb the energy in the room, and you're just like,
Yeah.
and on that note, Steve, what about you? What's your best and worst night of fucking comedy? Thank you for that, by the way.
Best and worst night. My worst night was like my first time doing it. I went to. It closed down, so I think I can disparage it.
The roast?
No. Well, that was that wasn't my worst time because I got 2 laughs. There was one where it was just like silent the whole time, and that was my first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is terrible. But to be fair, they were silent for most people, so I was only as not funny as everyone else.
Good.
And so no one was funny that night. But my best night, I don't know. It was almost like the week after that how I felt because the week after that, like it was like sometimes the crowd is just like, as you guys know, obviously it's like. You just say something stupid and like everyone bursts out and laugh. So like the week after it was like I did a set and people were just like dying. So I was like, oh wow, I can kind of do this. And then like other shows have been like fluctuate.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's it's got to be weird, especially just starting out, like because you get a lot of that, especially as you're fine tuning everything.
And being able to get to the point where you're consistent. That was one of the things. I went to the Laugh Off semifinal last night at McGuire's, and one of the conversations we got into was about consistency and how that's really that's the brass ring. Yes, be funny, but be funny all the time. Like that's
you can't do that. I don't know.
No, you can't.
I've heard. Right.
But you have to put yourself in the position and have the material and deliver the material in a way that's
this
as
put me in a
consistent
good
as possible.
mindset the other day. I heard Mark Norman, who I think is hilarious, say one of the best things about comedy and like describing it. He goes, "It's baseball." He goes, if you're hitting 300, you're
fucking
doing
amazing.
well. He goes, you're gonna have 3 good sets, and he goes 7 are gonna suck.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's it. He goes, if you can keep that average, he goes, you will be fine in comedy.
Right.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I never heard
And I'm batting like 183 right now, but I got a pitching coach. So I'm trying. Oh, it's just
I shouldn't walk so much.
Yeah.
I walk the crowd. I walk the producer.
But
I walked home.
But sometimes I think, like, if a guy or girl doesn't have such a great set, sometimes the next comic that comes out, like, sometimes if they're doing well, like, it's even better.
Yeah.
Because the last guy wasn't as good. So you get an RBI.
Well,
so if you're batting 183,
I'm setting the table. I'm setting the table.
A 183 average with 75 RBIs says a lot about that hitter.
About that, whether because it's better to have someone that's better or good, and then you go because
I agree.
you can ride,
ride that wave.
Mood, but to dig out of a bed like someone
Yep.
like it's flat, it's dead, you're coming out. Now you have to bring them back to baseline. Not unhappy.
Well, that's where the host, like if you have a shit host, if you have a shit host, you have to do that work, and that's the whole other thing. And like hosts out here, I don't know if you experience this as much.
No, the host makes the show. I think most shows, I think it's the host.
What I'm going to say though is that like out here, we have a lot of guys who are not experienced, and what they'll do is they will do 2 minutes between every fucking comedian.
I have a great story about that. I know a comic at open mics. He doesn't do it anymore, but same thing. It's an open mic, and this guy won. Whoever was like hosting, he would time them in between. He goes, I'm sitting right next to him one day, and he's like, 3 minutes and 45 seconds in between.
Yeah.
He goes, this is an open mic, man. He goes, keep it moving. There's 15 people here.
Do your time up front.
Yeah, exactly.
And then fucking just
introduce. You want to throw a one-liner in? Boom.
That's why Billy. This is why Billy is fantastic. By the way,
I love Billy.
Billy Geyer. He's a great comedian. If you ever get a chance to meet him and see him, please. Yeah. But he'll just get, and all he'll be is like, speaking of wet towels, coming to the stage next. Like that's all he'll do, and bring the next person. And it's
keep the energy up,
right,
and keep it moving. That's your job. That's it.
Right.
And stay
unless you have to rescue the room from whatever.
Well, but at a mic, it doesn't matter.
A mic, no.
Because
a show though, yes, you do have to be watching the. This is why I hate hosting, because normally you just have to get up for your set.
Yeah,
and you can ignore.
And you have your process, and you don't have to think about anything else. You have to be there for the whole fucking hour and a half, or 2 hour, whatever the length of the show is, and be up for the whole thing, and be cognizant, and be trying to weave in whatever you can weave in.
I love that. I do. I love hosting. So I love that. I love being in it the whole time. I love being able to come on, and
I'm too much of a narcissist that I just want to be there for my own shit. I don't
I'm a
fucking
team
care
player.
about the other people, but I have to.
Yeah, I
want
want to bury my head in my phone for the next hour while everyone goes up sometimes. Not like, should I just riff off his joke that he just got a laugh off
Exactly. And be like, oh, he really didn't end well, so now I'm going to have to go.
Yeah.
What of my jokes am I going to use now? Because I don't want to interfere with
let
the
me
timing.
get them back up and...
It's too much stress. By the end, it's like you ran a fucking marathon.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're exhausted by the end, but I do.
And I don't want
love it.
no part of it. And I want to be able to smoke weed earlier.
I'm a team player. I want the whole show to go well. Selfish.
Yeah,
bastard.
you're goddamn right I am.
Well, you can only spell team without me. So
That's
There's
right.
no I in
gotta-
team, but there isn't an
I just want to brace you guys because I'm sure we're all gonna have a bunch of jokes in our heads after I read this next comment.
Yeah.
Tina Spaulding says Steven makes me choke sometimes.
I don't know the
Super
context
hot.
of that, Tina. You weren't supposed to tell anyone.
Don't
the NDA. This is I will tell you, it's a violation of your NDA.
Don't tell us the context because we just. I like you're my hero right now if you're making her choke.
Oh,
I'm
thank
just, you. I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
again, the OnlyFans.
Right. That's why he's on the couch.
Kelpie has a great OnlyFans joke.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for the praise.
Big cock energy, you know.
Yeah. Anybody playing anywhere this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow night on the roast roast battle
At the
Different
Red Zone.
Red Zone.
It's Heat 2 of the first round of John Butera and John Agostino's roast battle.
That sounds like a lot wordier than I just said it. But
No, it is, but it's because the finals is in December.
Okay.
So this is part of the first round. But last night when I said it was the second first round, somebody fucking flipped their shit and was like, "They've only had one. How could they be in the second round?" And I'm like, "Shh." All right.
Right, because it's got to pare down. It's like Wimbledon, you know.
Right,
and,
a fortnight.
They got to have, you know.
Yeah.
And bookies.
So you had to
and
write
whatnot.
42 jokes, of which maximum you're going to use 18.
I was told this.
Yeah.
I am a little short on the numbers, but I do have time. My philosophy is I will show up with 42.
Right.
Some of them will be absolute dog shit.
Let me explain to you, Mike. It's a roast battle, but it's almost like a bucket mic style. So your names all go into the bucket. You don't know who you're roast battling, and then it's a bracketed thing after that.
Okay.
So you have 8 people. There's 4 matchups in the beginning, and those are all determined by
bucket.
So you have to write 42 fucking jokes because it's
Oh, my
5
goodness.
plus
You
1
have to write-
overtime
yeah, for everyone.
just in case. Yes, and you're only going to use maximum 18 jokes out of that. I did it. I came in second place.
I think they did that to the Vietnam soldiers for
Yes.
torture. In,
We met
why would you
roast
McCain's
mates
legs
Why would you?
never worked
Yeah.
right
at
again.
Red
That's why his
Zone
arm was like that from
Babylon.
writing all those jokes.
We
for 5
left
years.
as comedians.
I don't. Why? That's
Who booked
I
another
don't,
show?
That's wild.
Well, I thought McCain was crazy until he brought along Sarah Palin there, and I was like, well, at least he
Oh.
wants to bang.
She was the sanity? I don't
You
know.
know, no, but he's like, I'm going to leverage this into banging the vice president, and I'm like, well, I can
say.
appreciate that.
Thank God for her because the porn.
yeah,
were
MILF porn went
fantastic.
through the roof.
And they were really good.
Nailing Palin.
Thank you.
That was.
And
the
didn't
na-
Tina Fey do a nice?
Yeah.
And Tina Fey was a hot
Yo, and she's a
like
a
that. That was like a
milfy,
double
whatever.
hot
Yeah,
thing.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Are you playing anywhere this weekend, Stephen?
Oh, not that I know of.
Okay. Mike, what do you got?
August 6th, I'll be at Cellar 77, Climate Lounge, it's called, in Manhattan, 77 East 7th Street, 5 p.m. for the after brunch show. I will actually be hosting.
Oh, very nice.
I don't want to do it. It's for a friend, and Riyadh, you owe me big. But yeah, I'll be there in August, and maybe the week after. I don't even know yet the date. I'll be upstate.
And you're playing
I already
Bellport?
mentioned, Monday or Sunday, 4 p.m. seating, 5 p.m. show at the Bellport Brewery. It's a benefit for the fellow who owned the place. He passed away tragically a couple months back, so it's a benefit for his family. Mike Keegan is the headliner.
Very nice. Of course, on the Governor's stage this weekend, you could see Mike Birbiglia, Terry McNeely, Chris Cassandra, Lou Pratz, Roberto Vanderpool, Justin Silver. Don't forget our very own Hugh and Travis. They got their show in the Giggle Room tonight.
That's this weekend.
That's tonight.
Tonight.
Terry McNeely's tomorrow. Go to govs.com, make some reservations. And, of course, you can see Knock 'em Dead Comedy at the Brokerage in the fall. We got a couple dates in at McGuire's as well. So come see us perform our fun audience interactive murder mystery shows.
See them perform their passion.
That's right. It's time for us to go. Is there anything anybody wanted to say I didn't cover? Anything you wanted to get out?
Nugan.
That's it. All right, very nice. Thank you, guys. Stephen Roberts, Greg Pfeiffer, Mike O'Sullivan, Andy, myself. Next Friday, we're not here. Next Friday, I got something I got to do.
Yeah. Sit and spin. 13 people.
There you go. Taz says, love you all. Love you too, Taz. And
Love
your friend.
you, Taz.
Have a good one. Everyone be well and stay funny. Let's see. What do we got? Conversations on tonight at 8 o'clock. I don't know if you want to bother. His guest, this guy right here, Andy Plagainos with Don Sill tonight on Conversations. That's at 8 o'clock.
Amazing.
There is no green room this week. So Monday I'll be back here. Fat Jay is stopping in along with Mike, the guy who doesn't laugh. It'll be fun. And then that's it.
Punch him, Jay.
All right, everybody have a great weekend. Once again, thank you guys. This is really cool seeing you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you guys later.
High school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knock 'em Dead Comedy for your event today. What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead Comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time.